Hi everybody, I'm Christina Stiso, creative designer for the Radiance Adventure Engine. Today I'm going to be talking to you all about how to use Radiance during a game session. As a game runner, I tend to be more improvisational. I don't spend a lot of time planning and writing before a session. I prefer to let the action and the player's choices lead the story to a large degree. So the way I like to use Radiance is sort of detailed in this following video, where I use the system to run a game of Brandon Leon Cambetta's Pasión de los Pasiones with my friends Morgan and Megan. As the game runner, I didn't do any prep work or story planning beforehand for this game. The group worked together to create the setting, but the story for the game that was actually played was all inspired by Radiance in the course of the gameplay. So, in this game, I act as the GM, or in this case, the MC, interpreting the Radiance cards in order to construct the story. In this live format Radiance, I tend to focus on a smaller portion of the card text so as not to break the flow of the game. For instance, one of our first plot cards is Roads. With this card, I focus solely on the title, Roads, and the storyline text, which says, "Hero must journey to detail in order to proceed with the story." Rather than spend time reading over all the text on the card, I use this simple storyline to craft an idea for an adventure that fits in the setting we're running. Since this was one of the earlier plot cards, I also drew a detail card, in this case, Wealth. In later parts of the game, I chose not to draw new detail cards, and instead rely on characters and places that had already been established. Again, this was mostly to aid in the flow of the action, though you could of course continue to draw detail cards as it seems relevant. I hope you find this demonstration useful, and of course, shine on! Welcome everyone! My name is Christina. I am the creative designer of the Radiance Story Engine, and today I've got my friends Megan and Morgan.
Hello.
And we're going to show you all how to use the Radiance Story Engine to run a collective game as opposed to a solo game. So we are going to be playing a little bit of Pasion de los Pasiones, the telenovela RPG. And I'm going to be using Radiance to sort of guide the narrative here. So I as the GM have not written out any story for this game. We are going to use Radiance to sort of guide the story in a collective fashion. Alright? So, we've already done the basic character setup. We've created characters, we've got a setting. Now we're going to get into the story. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to lay out my story card, Step 1, Act 1, Step 1. So what this is going to ask me to do is select a plot card that's going to lay out the general plot for this adventure. So I'm going to ask one of you to just pick a random card for me. Whoop. All right, and read the white side.
Okay. Plot is roads.
Roads, okay.
Yeah. Hero must journey to some detail.
Right.
In order to proceed with this story. That's the storyline.
All right. So yeah, you can just lay that down here. So our overall plot is roads. So this is going to be about a journey. So let's give ourselves a detail here. Wealth. Very fitting. So how are we going to interpret this? So I'm doing a little bit more exposition on what I as the GM am doing to sort of show you how to use Radiance here. So having this as my overall sort of plot, the heroes must make a journey to wealth. So what does this mean in the context of our Latinx soap opera? Well, let's see in order to see the story. So what we've established already is that the previous owner of our ranch in this story has died and has left his will sort of up to chance. So I'm going to say the heroes, the sort of general story here is uncovering the secret of Don Pedro's will. And this is going to be the journey to the wealth. Alright? So that's going to form the overarching story of our little adventure here. So we're just going to keep that one in mind, sort of set it off to the side here. Let's keep that on the screen. All right, so now we're going to draw a second plot card to set the more immediate plot.
Diplomacy. So a detail or hero must treat with a detail or hero and bring about some kind of diplomatic end.
All right. So we can go ahead and lay that down over here. Diplomacy. Let's give us a couple details here. All right. So we've got superhero and conspiracy. All right. Interesting. Okay. So seeing this as the GM, so we're going to say that the party in general has to deal with, let's see, what can we say for superhero?
The detective, perhaps.
I actually like that. Yeah, so one of our NPCs we've established is a paranormal detective. So our paranormal detective is going to be our superhero character, and the conspiracy is going to be related to Don Pedro's missing will. We don't know where the will has gone. So as part of our journey to the will, we need to figure out where it's gone, and people believe it's been stolen. So that's how I'm going to interpret conspiracy and superhero. A powerful, extraordinary, or iconic character. All right. So now that we have that set up, I'm going to draw a scene card, sort of set up our first scene. And this is the chase. So in the chase, basically, the hero encounters a lesser power fleeing from a greater power to escape a real or perceived threat of capture or harm. So I'm going to go back to my cards here. I'm going to say our paranormal detective, Ava Morales, is the one that's running from a greater force. And let's draw a card for that. Aristocrat is going to be our greater force, which actually makes perfect sense given the characters we've set up. Our aristocrat in this case is going to be Megan Inez Contreras, your character, who is the sort of matriarch of our our little soap opera family here. So now that we've got this all established, we're going to set the scene and start some play. So we open on the scene of Don Pedro's funeral. All right. So in the previous episode of Corazones and Fuego, we were attending a big party. It was actually the birthday party of Don Pedro's eldest daughter, Camilla. Her 18th birthday party. This is a big bash. So things are going great. Things are going swing. People are drinking. They're having a good time. At some point, Don Pedro wanders off from the party, followed shortly by his wife, Inez. They are overheard by the server, Ignacio, having some sort of argument. He doesn't get most of it, but he hears the argument. Inez sort of goes away. Everyone sort of goes away. A loud shattering sound is heard. Everyone rushes back to the garden to find Don Pedro's body crumpled on the ground, bloody and broken. After this flashback, we sort of zoom back to the present, where we are attending Don Pedro's funeral. All right? Our priest, Father Perez, the sort of local priest, is sort of standing up front giving a eulogy. But our focus is really going to be on you two. So we have Inez Contreras and
Maria Guadalupe Alcázar.
Alcázar. Yes, our resident housekeeper.
Correct.
Okay, so yes, Father Perez is up talking and it's Mexico, right? So what do you guys want to do?
I am definitely looking very proper, but also very grief-stricken.
Grief.
I'm dabbing in my eyes.
Of course, of
So
course.
to not disrupt my makeup.
It is immaculate.
As a sharp contrast to that, I am a mess. I am sobbing. There is mascara running down my face.
Mm-hmm.
There is eyeliner that has just been like dabbed away, and I just have panda eyes. I'm also not necessarily sitting with the family because I'm the housekeeper. I'm sitting a few rows back. but I am making a big old scene. I am just like loudly and not subtly and obnoxiously just like sobbing in this crowd of people, so that even the people behind me maybe even can't hear what what the priest is saying.
Somber funeral.
Yes,
And like
that
it's
makes
like
sense.
comedically like.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Are you trying to achieve anything with this action?
I knew Don Pedro better than anyone else did. And I need the room to know how close we were and how intensely impacted I am by his death.
Okay.
Nobody knew him like I did. And it's very important to me that everyone knows that.
I think I'm going to ask you to process your feelings out loud.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when I process my feelings out loud, I have to ask each member of the audience if they're rooting for me.
Uh-huh.
Each one giving me a +1 or +0 on a roll. On hit, choose one, take one ongoing while following up this information. Okay.
All right.
So my question is, am I the center of attention? Which I would absolutely say yes.
I think that tracks.
People can't hear the service.
Yes, you are definitely making yourself the center of attention here.
Alright, so I can go ahead and roll.
So first we have to ask the members of the audience.
That's right.
So
Okay.
this is our first audience roll. So imagine yourself as our Latinx family watching this wonderful telenovela. Are we rooting for Maria in this moment as she's expressing or processing her feelings for Don Pedro out loud?
I think I am. I think I feel for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intense display of emotion.
And she's the underdog, right?
Yeah.
Everyone roots for an underdog.
That's fair, except for Abuela, who I think sees Maria as a homewrecker.
Oh,
Woof.
Not rooting for you.
but Abuela, there wasn't any intimacy in that way. Like, they weren't together. It was just friendship. Beautiful friendship.
It's the young telenovela watcher who's like, oh, my
Yes,
heart breaks. She's so in love.
exactly.
I love this. I would be the mother.
So
I'm here for it.
you get a +2 on this roll.
Sweet. Okay. Do I also get a +1 for my questions?
You got a +1 for that and a +1
So I get a
for.
+3. Oh, I see. I
One
see.
audience member one.
Yes.
Your question.
Okay. All right. Oh, so I don't get to vote on my own as an audience member.
You know what?
I was including myself.
I'm going to say you do get to play an audience member.
Woo!
So let's give you a 3 on that.
+3, thank God, because I have a -2 on processing my feelings.
Now you got a +1.
So I have a 5 + 1 is 6.
Okay, 6. That's actually a mitigated success. So
right.
read that's what it says here.
Okay. So on a hit, I choose one of these.
So you got a hit. So
Yeah.
choose one.
Okay. So
Or actually, no, a 6 is still a miss. That was my bad.
Oh, oop. Well, it's all right. I'm still sobbing very loudly, but
Yes.
nobody's buying it.
Okay. So yeah, no one's buying it. They think you're just putting on a show. All right.
Fair enough.
Okay. So yeah, Inez, would you like to do anything else in the scene, or just wait for the funeral to take its course?
I want to try and spot something out of place.
Okay.
And I observe the crowd and see if anyone seems, other than this very emotional display,
Sure.
does anyone seem to be perhaps putting on a show?
Well, let's make a roll for it.
Alright.
So ask your core question, your playbook.
So my core question is, am I keeping my hands clean? I would say yes, I'm just passively
I think so,
observing.
yeah.
I'm not letting anyone know that I'm
So that's
suspicious.
+1.
It says roll with questions, am I free of other distractions? Probably not.
So
I'm
you're
actively screaming, so
Yeah.
I would say that's pretty
yeah. So
distracting.
you're not free of distractions. So you still have the +1. And
Okay.
have you been intimate with anyone in the funeral recently?
I'm gonna say
The priest.
there's someone in attendance at this funeral I have been intimate with, but I will not reveal who it is at this time.
Okay. I'll give you a +2 on that.
Alright. And I roll both, right?
Yes, you roll both dice. Yeah, it's a 6 +2, and what's your bonus to spot.
Where do I find that? I thought this was just when these are checked.
Yes, that is just when those are checked.
Where did you find your bonuses?
I didn't. Conditions?
Oh, sorry, yeah, don't worry about the conditions yet.
Oh. I should have gotten a +3 on the last one then. Damn.
So you know what? Let's go ahead and retcon this.
Okay, I'm down. I
So
was
you're
definitely
both
reading my
gonna
conditions.
Yes, conditions only count when they're checked, so only when you have a condition.
I see.
So other than that, we just have basic stats. Like we don't have like any.
You don't have
It's
any
just the
stats, you just have
questions.
your questions.
Okay.
Okay.
So ignore conditions.
Yes. So then mine
Yes.
was just a 6 plus 2.
Okay, yes, that will succeed. But let's...
And mine was an 8.
Okay, yes, 8
Which
definitely succeeds.
Yeah.
So you can choose one from
Okay.
this list here.
So, I want the audience to reveal a crucial event going on outside of you.
Okay, so what the audience is going to reveal to you is that there is sort of a beat up little pickup truck sort of idling sort of outside the funeral, and there is a woman standing outside that pickup truck wearing dark sunglasses that the audience definitely recognizes. And you probably would recognize.
Okay. But I don't
Inez
see her
would
currently.
definitely recognize. Well, you do now that you've processed your feelings out
Oh,
loud.
I see. Okay.
You notice this pickup truck idling down by the road.
Alright.
Okay, and then Inez,
Yes.
you succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
Did you spot something out of place? So you had to ask 2 questions.
Okay. So I want to know what the. So I guess I'm looking at the family members that
Okay.
are nearby me, like
Sure.
his brother, my kids.
Mhm.
I want to know what they hope to get from the will.
Okay. So, actually, all of the family are mostly hoping for the same thing. Or there's actually they basically foregone that he's going to leave the ranch and most of his holdings to you. But he had some very sundry possessions, including whatever was in Don Pedro's special safe. Supposedly, this was Don Pedro's most valuable possession, that he kept in a special locked safe in his office that only he knew the key to. Everyone here would like to be named the inheritor of this item, whatever's in this safe. At least all of the family members.
Okay.
People outside the family probably don't know about it, but the family does, and they want that.
Okay. And then Tio Mateo specifically. I want to know, how could I get his character to trust me?
How could you get Mateo to trust you? So, Mateo is going to be pretty easy to get to trust, at this point at least. Basically, all he needs to know is that you were not responsible for his brother's death. So if you can prove that to him, he will trust you.
Okay.
Alright. So yeah, this goes on, you make your noticings. The funeral kind of winds down. As it does, and people start leaving, the Father Perez concludes the service, people start filtering out. The woman standing by the pickup truck that you noticed, Maria, starts to make her way over to you.
Is this during the funeral?
This is right after the funeral's concluded,
Okay.
as people are trickling out. She starts making her way over to the clump of people. And she seems to have eyes specifically for you, Inez.
Okay.
So are you going to do anything? Are you going to go over and talk to her? Are you going to try to avoid her? So you do recognize her almost instantly as Ava Morales, who is our paranormal detective.
I do recognize her. Where do I recognize her from?
So Ava Morales has had several dealings with the Contreras family in the past. Specifically, she has been trying to expose you all as witches. She believes that there's a lot of paranormal stuff going on in the town of La Cabrita, and she thinks you all are at the center of it, and she's out to prove it. She's this plucky little kid that you knew since the day she was born. She's been getting into stuff, and she's been nothing but a thorn in your side. Because your ultimate goal is to keep the fact that your family is witches secret.
Alright, so I'm not a fan of Ava.
Of course.
And she's just shown up to my late husband's funeral. So I think I'm gonna strike out with my voice
Okay,
at her.
okay,
I'm gonna call her out and say, how dare you?
okay.
How dare you show up to my husband's
I
funeral?
love this. So we have Ava sort of walking up, trying to be inconspicuous, trying to be respectful, and Inez just sees her, makes a beeline, just rending garments. How dare you show up at my husband's funeral? Do you say anything else besides how dare you show up, or?
I just say that this is a time for our family to grieve. We don't need you here sticking your nose in our business.
Wonderful. That's a strikeout if I've ever heard it. So, let's see. Are you keeping your hands clean? No, you are definitely not keeping your hands clean at
It's
this
a moment
moment.
of passion.
Yes, this is a moment of passion. Have you caught them off guard? Yes. She is completely caught off guard, so that's a 1 for you.
Okay.
Have they just wronged you?
I mean, emotionally, perhaps.
They showed up to the funeral. This
So-
isn't an investigation.
She hasn't directly attacked me, but I
Here's-
feel wrong.
Here's the real question. Does Inez really think she's been wronged, or is she just pretending to be wronged in order to confront Ava?
Oh, I'm definitely pretending to be wrong.
Okay. I'm going to say you get a +1 on this, because you have caught her off guard.
5, 2, 8.
8! Okay, so yeah, that's a hit. So on a hit, your strike lands, and you each mark a condition. So Ava, I'm marking a condition in the background here. So you get to mark a condition, because basically your words strike. But Ava kind of stands her ground, and she says, I have as much a right to be here as anyone.
And at this interaction,
Yes.
the entire room has gone quiet, and all eyes are on this just like screaming match
Oh yes,
that's
of
happening
course
here.
they are.
And especially like the matriarch of the family, like she was already sort of the center of attention, and I'm sensing that the attention is shifting away from me,
It
which is
definitely has.
a big problem. So the wait staff is just sort of like wandering around the room, and I am just sort of like looking for an opportunity. Like I feel just I need to be attended to and feel like I am loved and cared for. It's been a while since anyone checked in to see how I'm feeling about this whole
And that is
funeral.
the most important thing.
Exactly.
Funeral for someone who was not in your family.
Exactly. He was my best friend. Okay, don't pretend otherwise. So as there's some wait staff at this like sort of reception walking around with drinks, I dramatically just like basically trust fall into this poor person, and they catch me. We stare in each other's eyes very longingly, but I very aloofly, whereas I have just entirely hypnotized this person. They are now obsessed with me. And in the process of falling into this poor wait person's arms, the tray with drinks just goes dramatically flying into the air and lands on you.
Okay, so were you intending for the drinks to land on
No,
this? Okay.
absolutely not.
So that was an accident.
It was entirely an accident.
So your entire intention behind this is just to get someone to notice you.
I just want to cause a scene.
Just
I need
to cause a
everyone
scene.
to look at me and check in on me instead of checking in on Inez.
Okay.
The act of desperation was like one I was considering, or
You know what? I think this is a demand what you deserve.
okay.
This is definitely you demanding what you deserve, which
Okay,
is
okay.
everyone's attention.
Yes, I do deserve everyone's attention.
So yeah, let's.
Okay, so I am not currently the center of attention, which is a problem. So I don't get that question.
Okay.
Am I offering something of value in return? Not necessarily, but do they love you in this moment? I would say the waiter does.
Okay. So are you specifically targeting the waiter's attention, or are you just trying to get everyone's attention?
Everyone. The entire room.
So I wouldn't say the entire room
Okay.
loves you at this moment.
Darn.
I would say the opposite.
Okay.
Do you feel like you're off? I would say, however, that I think you believe you're offering the room something of value,
Yes.
which is you.
I like it.
So I will give you a +1.
I'll take it. Alright, so just a +1.
Yeah.
Which is 7, 8. So on a hit, the target of your demand chooses 1.
Alright.
So they either concede to me, they refuse and escalate, or they run away. I would say they concede.
So the target, which is the room,
Yeah.
so that's me.
Okay.
So I get to
Oh,
decide
I
what
see.
the room
Okay.
does.
Wait, isn't it a hit?
Yeah, the target.
Oh,
they
I
get
see.
the target
Okay.
of your demand.
Okay,
So
okay.
that-
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, actually, I'm going to shift this, and I'm going to say in this case, you are the target of the demand, because
God.
you were previously in
Always.
control of the room.
Always an S.
So you get to choose whether you concede to let Maria take control of the room, whether you sort of up the ante, or whether you run away.
Oh.
I mean, your whole thing was a farce to begin with. You gotta compete, right?
See, I don't want to be too much the center of attention. I wanted to call Ava out, but I also don't want everyone here thinking I'm too
Okay.
emotional and, risky, because someone just got potentially shoved off of
That's true.
Potentially.
potentially,
Allegedly.
allegedly
Allegedly.
shoved off of a balcony. I don't want people to think that I could have done
No,
that.
of course not.
So I think I'm going to take this moment to sort of just gather up my shawl that I am wearing, sort of rush off into the house.
All right.
I just need some time.
So, because you were running away, you had to take something from Maria. And this can be something physical, something ephemeral. You just get to take something. This could just be, you take the social win, but you get to take something away from the
The
scene.
social
I
win.
take the attention.
It was a hit, though!
You can't
Wait,
take
did Maria
the
take
attention.
something from me?
No.
Because I run away.
They run away.
take
Sorry, yes, I
I
read that
take
wrong.
something
You take
from
something
you.
from them, which is the attention.
attention.
We're going to do that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Thank you
okay.
for correcting my
Yeah.
reading of that move.
I was like, wow, for a hit, Inez is getting a lot.
I just still don't get that.
Yes, they run away and you get the attention of the
You
room.
get the attention. I leave.
So, the room all turns to you, but as you run away, you notice that Ava follows you.
Okay.
Because she was actually going to talk to you originally.
And I get to get out of here.
So she sort of finds you off to the side.
Okay.
She says, Inez, look, I didn't come here to cause a scene, alright? I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, but something important has come up.
Something more important than my husband's funeral.
Perhaps.
Okay.
There's going to be a dramatic sting. Dun, dun, dun. Pedro's will has gone missing.
Gone missing.
Pedro's lawyer contacted me today because, I'm a private investigator, I'm a reporter, it's what I do, I'm an investigator, to try and find, basically the story is the lawyer came into the safe, to his office this morning, the safe was busted open, and where he kept the will, and the will was gone. We don't know where it is. So until we get that will and have it read publicly, you cannot inherit Pedro's holdings. So, until we get that back, legally, you don't own this ranch.
So who owns the ranch while we're looking for the will?
Who knows?
The ether.
So,
Down.
this is going to take us to our next scene. I'm going to say, which is professional. Our hero must overcome an obstacle of moderate difficulty requiring a professional or a trade skill. So I'm going to say you require the aid of Ava, who is a professional reporter. I'm going to consider that previous scene a success, because you did manage to, get Ava alone and you found out what's going on.
What would have happened if it wasn't successful?
It just means we have to play more scenes to finish the plot.
Got it.
So yeah, basically, we're still on the same track we were before. Here's look. I have some leads, but we're going to have to work together because I need access to your records. I need access to security camera footage. I need access to things that you have to do this investigation. I don't like working with you, and I'm sure you don't like working with me, but we have to do this to get the will back.
I'm going to need a promise that this is not some fact-finding mission for your next article about my family.
Does that seem like you're making a move
Or
here?
you could accuse someone of lying.
I don't know if you're necessarily accusing her of lying.
Or spotting something out of place.
To me, this feels like you're demanding what you deserve. Because you're demanding security. So, I want you to demand what you deserve all on this.
Because I am offering something of value. I'm offering
Oh,
our
yes.
security,
You
our
definitely
details,
are.
and I'm demanding that she honor that offer.
Do you think you're keeping your hands clean in this?
I'd say so. I'm just saying I'll be
They're not
very
dirty.
helpful with this investigation. I would just like, her word. Her
Okay.
word as two women, that we are going to honor our word
Yeah.
and work together, and that this is not some ulterior motive to harm my family.
I'd buy that. I'll give you a +3 on that.
Alright.
Ooh, a 9. Nice. So yes, on a 10 plus. So yes. So you can remove one of the options from this list. So I only have 2 that I can choose from.
I'm gonna say she either has to concede to me or run away.
Okay. She is not willing to run away, so she is going to concede. She clears the condition that you put on her earlier, but she says, alright, do you want me to sign something or do you just need my word? Because I give you my word as a member of the press that I am not just here for a story. I am trying my best to find Pedro's will.
I'm a shrewd businesswoman. I'm gonna have her sign a little something.
What's in it for her?
It just says that she's not gonna use, my security footage, my business
Right,
details in an
right.
article about our family.
Yeah. She won't publish anything that will harm the family.
Alright.
She'll sign that.
Alright.
So you now have that contract from Ava.
Alright.
Alright. So you guys are going to go off and do your thing. I want to switch back to Maria.
Okay, I'm ready.
So while this is going on in the background, what are you doing? Did you attempt to follow Inez, or are you just lavishing in the attention?
I am lavishing in all of the attention. I am still being held by the waiter
Sure.
who caught me. I am not necessarily looking at him, but he is absolutely looking at me, like looking down at me as I'm like sort of dramatically dipped into his arms.
Yeah.
Basically I'm trying to look like as flustered and like overwhelmed as possible. Like, oh my goodness, I almost fell. Oh my god. Oh, that was so dangerous.
Yeah.
I could have broken something.
You
Trying
could
to get
have.
people to like check in on me and like, just, pamper me with.
Delicate constitution.
Exactly, yes.
So you're just gonna, are you trying to do anything, achieve anything in this moment, or are you just
Right now I'm
out?
just sort of like lavishing in the, like, my success from the previous scene.
Okay.
And getting everyone's attention. Like,
Okay.
all I wanted was to be, like, pampered. And now I am
Okay.
experiencing that and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, so, yeah, that makes sense. So the server that is holding you is actually our good friend Ignacio.
Okay.
Ignacio Flores, who is a recurring character in this show. And he's incredibly flustered by this, and he says, whoa, do you need me to get you to a hospital or something? You look like you could fainting is that's not great. You're losing consciousness. I'm trained to be a nurse, you see, and I know all this. But do you need me to administer first aid?
And I don't want anyone with any medical expertise proving to me or proving to the room that I'm just making all of this.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh no, I'm fine, thank you. Oh, you're overreacting. Oh, for little old me. Oh, it's okay.
No, this is really serious.
I'm really trying to like quell the concern. I'm like, I've taken this too far. Like,
So
I want attention, but I don't need medical attention.
how are you gonna get out of this?
Yeah, so I am going to, oh no. What's his name? Ignacio?
Ignacio?
Oh, poor Ignacio. I am going to compose myself for a second.
Okay.
And because he's now like holding my body like at a 45-degree angle.
Yes.
I am just going to like sort of like compose myself for a second. I'm going to be like, how dare you slap across the face. I'm going to say, you can't touch a lady there. And accuse him of trying to like cop a feel like in front of the entire party. And then couple goals here.
Sure.
One, get the hell out of the situation where medical professionals are about to be called. Professional. Related. Don't want them though.
Yeah.
Avoiding the medical professionals. So I need to get myself out of the situation where people are trying to like get medical professionals involved. But I am also trying to now like divert the attention I'm like fishing for to like more emotional attention and not physical. So I'm not physically injured, but I'm like emotionally traumatized.
Yes.
I need people to check on me. Like this man just tried to make a move on me.
It's very traumatizing.
It is very traumatizing.
This is textbook act with desperation.
It's not strike out with violence.
No, this is acting with desperation. You've been backed into a corner and you're trying to get out.
Okay.
So.
Am I the center of attention?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Hell yes, I am. But am I doing this for love of myself? I'm not doing it for vengeance.
I'll take doing it for love of yourself.
Yeah.
I'll take that. +2.
I love this game. Oh no! I got 2 plus 2 is 4. Oh no.
Yeah, so this does not. Basically, your attempt at this. Basically, Ignacio says, "Oh, this is just." People side with Ignacio. It is this is textbook hysteria. This is shock. You're going into shock.
Okay.
Some things are going really bad for you.
Okay. They're not accusing me of lying. They just think I'm.
No, they just think you're in shock.
Okay.
So you're getting medical attention. But what's worse is you are rushed out of the room. So you no longer have the room adoring you. You're rushed off to like the on-site medical clinic.
That's devastating.
Yeah, it's devastating.
And I'm just, as I'm being carried out, like I do not want to go with them. So they're almost doing like the thing where like the 2 people have like my arms, and they're like sort of dragging me, and I'm just sort of like chattering. I'm very small, I'm very petite, I'm very delicate, I'm very easy to move, especially by 2 very strong men.
Of course.
That I'm assuming, of course, are the ones dragging me out of this situation.
Yes.
And so I'm just sort of like trying to bat my eyelashes at them and be like, oh no, I'm fine, I'm absolutely fine, don't worry about me, oh I'm good. And then you hear my voice echoing down the hall as I am escorted out.
I will ask you to mark a condition for this.
Woof. Okay. Any of them I can choose?
You can choose any condition that you think fits.
Okay. I think me acting with desperation did not work, so I'm going to say my condition is now that I'm zealous.
Okay.
So I get a +1 to demand what you deserve, and then a -2 to act with desperation.
Yeah, that works. Okay, so after you're dragged out of the hall, we're going to switch back to Inez.
Okay.
So, you've just struck up this deal with Ava to go find this will.
Yes.
How are you going to go about this?
Well, Whoever stole it had to have some sort of reason for not wanting those words to be spoken.
That's
so
true.
I'm gonna start close to home.
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
So, as you're trying to figure out where you want to start, you see two of your staff nurses walk down the hallway right outside the room you're meeting, dragging a screaming Maria. And you and Ava just sort of watch this happen as they're going down the hall.
And my eyes lock onto the only people in the vicinity and are like, oh, a new opportunity.
Indeed.
Like, oh, Inez. Oh, ma'am, please help me. No, they're taking me against my will, please.
What do you do, Inez?
Okay, I'm going to begrudgingly let Ava into my office to give her some security tapes to review. Maybe we start there. Maybe we see who...
Okay. Are you going to do anything about Maria?
I'm going to give Ava some things to work with so that I can go then deal with
Okay,
Maria.
so you're going to send Maria, or send Ava off to go do
You figure out who was here when these were stolen so we can cross them off.
Are you going to leave anyone to supervise her, or perhaps activate one of your schemes regarding this hotel
I would activate a scheme.
All right.
So I have seized property. So it's like a known property, something I have.
Yeah.
I have someone keeping an eye on it full time. When it changes hands, I know. So I want that property to be the information I've just given Ava access
Perfect.
to. So I will know if she tries to send these videos to someone or change hands.
I'm actually going to say that Fernando Pinto, your head of security, actually is going to stay in there with her.
Okay.
He's going to keep an eye on this. So if anything happens, you'll know about it.
All right.
Okay. So that's simmering in the back. So now we're gonna you rush off down the hall after Maria.
Yes, I rush to Maria and say, my dear, what is happening?
I slipped, and then this really handsome man caught me, but now they think I'm crazy, and they think I'm hurt, and they think I'm in shock, and I'm not, I swear I'm not in shock, I'm okay, and now they're taking me against my will, and blah, 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 blah. And I say that so fast, you maybe catch every third word.
I'm just gonna kind of brush the nurses and other medical professionals away. Like, oh, just give her some space, give her some air. We'll just, it's fine. I've got you. I'm giving you 100% of my attention for the next few minutes.
Oh, I'm thriving off of it.
Sort of.
And I just not lose control because it's it's definitely intentional, but it's coming across like a very impulsive move. I just go and hug her. I'm like, oh, thank you, Miss Inez. Thank you, Miss Inez. Thank you so much. And I am going to try and manipulate a superior by hugging and just peppering her with how gracious I am and what a savior she is.
Okay, so so you tell them what you want them to do. So
I am going to follow up this very emotionally intimate moment between the two of us with, I am very curious what the situation with the detective was. Because I recognize Ava Morales, the detective. I know she's, or the investigative reporter.
Yeah.
I recognize Ava, but I don't know why she's here. I don't know if anything's been going on, and I am a gossip, so I need to know why she was here.
Very
so
good.
I am going to try and manipulate Inez into sort of confiding in me with what the situation with Ava is and why she's here, what drama is happening.
Okay.
So I'm going to say you are definitely the center of attention at this point.
Hell yeah, I am. I also, have you caught them in a good mood?
What do you say it is? Are you in a good mood?
You have not caught me in a good mood because I have just had to deal with someone I very much dislike.
Yeah. But your hate of them makes your love for me just seem so much more intense, right? Next to Ava, I'm like an angel.
So does your well-being directly affect Inez's well-being at this moment?
I feel like it does.
Yeah. Maybe. I was thinking because we're... Yeah.
Okay.
I say if one of us is... Because we also if I'm we take care of each other. It's a very like mutually beneficial situation. So me being dragged off to a mental institution probably was not in Inez's best.
I mean, given that you're like the head of the household also, that I'd be a little bit put out if my house was in disarray on the day of this funeral.
Exactly, yeah. I'm a very important person here.
I'll give you a +3 on that for sure.
I'll take a +3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're good at manipulating superiors.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot my condition is like, oh wait, no. I don't have a +1 on manipulation. Just kidding. Okay. I have a 6 + 3 is 9.
9. Alright.
Yeah. So on a hit, they give into your wiles and agree to do it. On a 7 to 9, they need a bit more convincing. I choose.
Yes, so you can either humble and abase yourself and mark a condition, or give them something they want first.
I'm gonna humble and abase myself.
That seems to fit the story.
I'm like very flustered. I was almost just dragged off to an asylum. I'm convinced I was about to go to an asylum at least.
Yeah.
So you mark a condition.
Oh my god. This is not good. Conditions fast.
Gotta mark those conditions. Alright. And so what is giving in to these demands look like to you?
Your demand was gossip, basically, right?
Yeah, basically. Like,
what's Ava doing here?
What was Miss Ava doing here? Why? What did she say to you?
Okay.
I'm just like fishing for all the information.
Yeah. Well, see, I mean, we're so close, but I don't know if I fully trust you, so I feel like I'm gonna say.
I've been through so much.
I'm not saying this out loud.
You're saying it out loud, but in a soliloquy. This is soap opera.
Is this processing your feelings out loud?
Not yet. We might get into that.
I am gonna say the reporter is here on some private investigation business for the town. I've decided to be generous and let her have access to our records to solve this little mystery that has come up. It was just some thefts in town, and they're just hoping we can help them narrow down suspects. Things
Miss
like
Inez,
that.
you're such a saint helping the help like that.
I do my best. I do my best.
She doesn't know how good she has it. I have a quick question.
Yes.
Have you told me that y'all are witches?
Huh. I don't know. I'm gonna say probably not. I mean, you haven't been in the household that long.
So yeah, you haven't told her. Question for you. Did Don Pedro tell you?
Maybe he told me that he had magic, but he didn't clarify that it was like a familial thing.
Did you believe him?
Can I call a flashback?
Yes! You can definitely establish a flashback at this point.
Oh, I didn't even see these.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's do a flashback.
But I'm not sure if it's not a flashback to preparations. It's more like me revealing a truth. Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, this is revealing a shocking truth.
Okay.
I would say it's revealing a shocking truth.
So, this is the day this is the morning, afternoon before the party.
Yes.
So everyone's scrambling around the house trying to prepare the party. He called me up to his office, and he told me that he was worried something might happen to him. And that in the event that something did happen to him, he wanted me to know that he had left his greatest treasure to me in the will.
Yes!
I did not actually see the will, but that he had left it to me.
He told
and this
you.
is from his mouth, at least.
Yes.
And also that there was that the reason he knew something might happen to him was because he experienced premonitions. That was how his magic sort of manifested. It was like he can sort of see glimmers of the future, and he saw something very traumatic happening to him sometime soon. And so he wanted, but he told me the premonition thing, and I questioned it. I trust him. Like I said, he was one of my best friends. I would never call my employer and my best friend a liar. But I was a bit skeptical. But he's told me, and then once he was pushed, or something happened to him that led to him falling off the balcony.
Right.
That was sort of enough proof that I needed to know that, like, his whole telling the future thing is legitimate. Like, he did have some foresight. He knew this was going to happen to him.
I like it. So I'm going to ask you to roll to reveal a shocking truth.
Okay.
So you roll plus conditions marked.
But,
So you have 2 conditions marked. So that's actually good in this case.
plus 2. Okay. And the question doesn't apply here?
No questions on these flashback notes.
5, 7?
Okay. So that's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
So on a hit, the news is staggering. So basically what's happening here is you are revealing this to Inez.
Oof. Okay.
And he's like, oh my god, Pedro told you that he had magic? This is a staggering...
Well, wait, why am I saying this now? For some reason I'm saying this now. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe because Ava's here.
Oh, because of the will.
Yeah. So you're
okay.
trying to get more information,
Okay.
is the way that I see this.
Okay.
So you reveal this truth, like...
In order to get more
yes,
information out
more
of it.
information. Pedro told me this before. Is this about Pedro? He told me this before he died. So on a 7 to 9, you get to choose one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The shocking truth gives me rightful claim to something they value, which is
Pedro's greatest secret.
Which is his greatest treasure.
Greatest treasure, yes. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. So yeah, this shocking truth is revealed. And Inez, how do you want to react to this?
Oh no.
So keep in mind that because this move hit, you have to act with desperation before you take any action against Maria.
Interesting.
I do not like my secrets being revealed, even to
No.
my closest allies, and so I think my gut instinct is to act with desperation and try to...
But you also are getting new information out of this.
This is true, but I don't know if it's information that I like.
That's perfect.
That my
Got it.
husband was promising treasures to someone other than me, so I'm a bit pissed right now, I think. So I think I am going to maybe try to desperately laugh it off, cover up my shock, try to, I think I'm going to probably accuse you of lying and say this must be just another ploy for attention.
You can't accuse her of lying. You have to act with desperation first.
Yeah, okay, alright. So I want to avoid the situation of her seeing how shocked and scared I am.
That makes perfect sense, yeah. You don't want to let on that this is shocking to you.
Yes. And I feel like I am doing this for love because I'm trying to protect my family.
That tracks, yeah.
Probably not vengeance though. At the end of the day, if my secret's revealed,
okay.
my children are in danger.
But I only knew that he had magic. I don't know anything about the rest of you.
That's true. But you don't know how much
I just
he told
knew
her.
that he had like some weird deja vu things happening. Like he saw glimmers.
Do you think you're keeping your hands clean?
I think I'm attempting to. I'm attempting to be
Yeah, I agree.
like outside of this.
I'd say this is a
Gossip.
+2 to act with desperation here.
That is not good.
That is a 6.
Oh.
You do not weasel out of this situation, and Maria sees
Gossip, please.
that this hits you hard. So basically, the way this is going to work is I'm going to make you mark a condition
Okay.
to show that this is hitting you hard.
Okay.
And then yeah, what do we? So like basically like you, there's like some very big close-ups of your face as you try to keep it in, but then like you have to turn away dramatically because you can't let her actually see it. But turning away was.
And I'm acting very aloof. I don't notice how much this is impacting you. I'm just like, I'm here for you, Miss Inez.
You have all the power here, and you're loving it.
Yeah.
I'm very cautious.
So how do you want to deal with this? Either of you.
I think after my initial shock, I would say it seems that you and my late husband were much closer than I initially realized.
Scene break. Scene break right there.
That was
let's see, did we overcome an obstacle with the, I'd say your
We're in the works.
collusion with Ava constituted a success. So we actually succeeded, and we're going to move on to story step 2, which is the cataclysm. So we're going to draw a new plot here.
Okay. So this is the like sort of inciting action, or what is
Yes.
the?
So
Okay.
basically, we're moving on to a new sort of plot point.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, we'll pick some here.
This one.
Alrighty.
And which side am I reading?
The white side.
Okay. The plot is dungeon crawl.
Interesting.
Okay.
How are we
Detail
gonna,
or hero has the opportunity to explore some detail, a warren of numerous obstacles and dangers.
Interesting.
So it's like an exploration.
So, in our soap opera, we are supposed to interpret dungeon crawl here.
Mm.
So this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to keep these details out in case we want to reuse them. So I have ideas where this is going to head.
Yeah.
But, so the cataclysm. So this is a plot. The details a dramatic event, either figuratively or literally cataclysmic, that sets the core plot into motion. So, and we've been dealt dungeon crawl. So the way this is going to work is after we come back from the commercial break, Ava is going to come out of the security room with Fernando and say that she's discovered something shocking. She's going to call you both in because you just happen to be there and say, look at what happens on the security tape here. She sees someone that she recognizes in the tape sort of nosing around on the night of the party, sort of doing things they weren't supposed to. Sort of being out of place, being sneaky. And she says, she recognizes this person as Father Perez.
Priest.
The priest. Now, Inez, you know that Father Perez, in addition to being the only preacher in town, is actually the leader of a rival witch coven in this town. So, Ava has said that she thinks Perez was doing something sneaky with the will. She thinks that it has to do with him. She saw, like, she overheard him talking or something at the party, you know, in the security footage. So she thinks that he might have it.
Okay.
Alright.
And now we have to go explore something.
Let's put up our first scene here. The date. Okay. So, basically, Ava's suggestion here is that you go and confront Perez about this. Like, you have the footage, you have the proof, you know he's involved in this. You saw him talking, overheard him talking to one of his goons. So, she's going to suggest that you go confront him about it. It's up to you whether you follow that path or not, but she thinks you need to get more information.
Yeah. I think she might be right. I'm hesitant to just go straight to.
You want to keep your hands clean.
This is the thing, is
You know whose hands are constantly dirty from cleaning all day?
That's an interesting suggestion.
Do you? Does he doesn't know that you know?
No.
Okay.
I really haven't interacted with him a ton anyway.
No, he
Most of
barely
his
knows anything about you.
Exposure to me is like, he probably knows my face and probably is the one that was like loudly sobbing in the middle of his service.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But that's, yeah.
Just the perfect person who needs a little comfort from the local clergy. Okay. So, since you are now in the secret of our family, I'm not saying this in front of Ava. I'm gonna pull you off to the side. I'm not just gonna give Ava all this information.
Yeah.
So we need moments to process this.
Yes.
You know the secrets of our family now. You're entrusted with
It's
them.
your whole family?
Oh!
What? Miss can retcon that if you need to.
No, it's not
The
there.
GM said no.
The GM says it's there.
You inadvertently revealed a secret. I love it.
It is out there now.
Well, now you know. Now you now you're not leaving.
Oh my god, it's true. It's all true. I'm not crazy.
So
Oh
you.
my goodness.
One thing I will say is, at this moment, you do have the option to try to use magic to erase her memory of that moment. So this is a special move of this particular playset.
Oh god.
Since you are a witch.
So any magic is canon here?
Pretty
We
much.
can just, okay.
Mostly it's not going to be like wizard
also
throwing
you want
fireball
me-
magic, but
You
yes.
want me, like, nosing into a rival coven. I don't know that, but...
That's true. So it's up to you how much information you want to reveal, but I am giving you that special option.
Sorry.
Bad GM!
Okay. I don't want to erase your memory. What I want to do, if it's possible, is put some kind of a little charm on you to where you cannot tell anyone that I have powers.
Okay.
Because I have just revealed something, and it's maybe helpful that you know, because I need you to do some digging for me. But I don't want you to be able to go down the gossip tree and let other people know.
I do that sometimes.
I like that. So the way I'm actually going to play this is I'm going to call it a flashback to preparations. So I'm going to say you establishing this contract is something that this is a condition that you made before revealing the secrets.
Like the charm already exists.
Yes.
Yeah.
So assuming you succeed at your flashback to preparations, this contract will sort of take effect.
Okay.
And I would just like to call out, you described the charm, you only said I can't share about you being magic. You didn't say anything about anyone else in her family.
How steadfast this contract is will depend on your role here.
I mean, that's what she said. I'm just like, I would never break Miss Inez's trust.
So you are definitely keeping your hands clean. You did not have plenty of time to prepare to do it, but you do have someone looking out for you. Because you have your chief security right behind you.
I do.
Also me. I look out for you, Miss Inez.
Yeah, so you have multiple people. So you get a +2 on this.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. Okay, yeah, you rock this. Okay. On a hit, you choose one. So you have fabricated a piece of evidence. So basically, I'm going to say what this allows you to do is create the contract. And because you got such a good success, you can set the conditions of the contract in any way you want.
Okay.
We don't have to set them all out
I shouldn't
now,
have said anything.
but essentially you have narrative control over what this contract details.
This is a magical contract, yes.
Yes, it's a magical contract. So if at any time,
It's attached to some item that I'm going to have on my person.
but we can take that if we'd like. But essentially the way this magic works is, at any time if Maria is starting to reveal something about the family that you don't want her to, you can invoke this contract and she will have to stop. Stop talking.
I would like it if...
I don't like this at
I
all.
love this. If you begin to reveal something about the magical powers of any of my family members,
That's good.
Are we good?
You are good.
you just begin to hysterically sob, and you cannot control your sobs and get words out until you stop trying to reveal.
Okay.
I like
On
it.
demand sobbing.
Yes,
On
just
demand sob.
breaking down into tears.
Only
Is
if
this
you
something-
attempt to reveal something.
Is this something that, is it breakable? Like is this spell
Potentially.
Okay.
The rules of magic in this world and in soap operas in general are very flexible.
Okay.
They serve the narrative rather than the other way around. So if there's a narratively interesting way for you to figure out how to break the contract,
Okay, cool.
say by making a different deal with a different witch, maybe, because you're going to meet another witch right now, maybe that would be a way to do it.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so you've established this safe hold. Which is good.
I would never say anything, Miss Inez, ever.
So basically, Inez reveals to you a bunch of the family secrets.
Yes.
So how much are you going to reveal here?
I am going to reveal that magic runs in our family.
Mm-hmm.
That Ava cannot be trusted. She has been attempting to ferret things out. She knows nothing though.
I would never say
And,
anything. You know my loyalty is to you and only you.
We have some enemies. I might need you to do some digging on them because I think they maybe had something to do with my late husband's death.
Of course Miss Inez. You tell me where and when.
So I think right there is where we're going to cut to the next
Fade to
scene,
black.
which is just you walking into Father Perez's sort of office.
Alright.
And anything else we can establish sort of retroactively.
Yeah.
So now we are in the debate,
Oh, okay. Ooh.
which is two equivalent powers engage in some sort of contentious debate or disagreement.
Okay.
So
So
that's,
there has to be some disagreement over something.
there will be disagreements. Not on this one.
Okay. Okay.
Or
okay.
maybe we'll take it in a different direction, we'll see.
All
But
right.
that's how I'm
I
setting
have a couple
this up.
ideas. Yeah. Okay. So I.
Oh yes, come in, says
Okay.
Father Perez.
Okay.
What brings you to my office, my child?
So I walk in and I go, hi, my name is Maria. My best friend and employer, Don Pedro, he passed away, and I just. It has me questioning so much about, him and life and family and the state of the universe and my place in it, and I just start like hysterically sobbing into him, looking for compassion, empathy, pity, lots of pity.
We get some really nice shots of Don Pedro sort of looking out between the blinds with the shadows and the light reflecting on, like, shadowing his face, being very sort of like stoic, like, yes, Don Pedro. While he's sort of attempting to comfort you.
Like one could say, my faith has been rattled.
Ay, Dios mío.
I am just trying to get this guy to just eat my words.
It sounds like you're processing your feelings out loud to me.
But they're fake feelings? Does that matter?
That's fair. Do you think you're trying to manipulate a superior?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay.
I think that's more
I
accurate.
buy that.
Okay.
So,
Because I want him to, like... Yeah, I'm trying to get something out of him.
yes,
Right.
that sounds perfectly believable
Okay.
to me. You are the center of attention, most certainly in this point. Father Perez is in a good mood. He's happy that his nemesis, Don Pedro, seems to have died.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that your well-being directly
Yeah.
affects his, so I'm going to give you a +2 on that.
Okay. That's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do get +1 to manipulate a superior because of my
Okay,
condition.
so that's a +3 because of your condition.
Oh, it is 8 plus 3 is 11.
Whew. You succeed.
He is eating out the palm of my
flying
hand.
colors. So yeah, on the hit, he gives in to your wiles and he agrees. So what are you trying to get out of him?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Okay, so wait. So what do we know? He was the one wandering around on the security
Yes.
cameras, right? And I saw him wandering around on the security. Did we see him doing anything on the security?
Basically, what Ava reveals is that she overheard him. So this is after the funeral. She was looking at the live footage. She overheard him talking about that thing that they took from the lawyer's office to one of his sort of, like deacons or henchmen. So she heard him talking about something that seems to be referencing the will. So Ava really thinks that Perez took the will.
Okay. Okay. So first, I just want to get him talking, and I also. Oh, that doesn't apply here. I was gonna say, am I physically touching them? Is like a question that. So I'm.
So what are you trying to get from him?
Yeah. I want. Okay. So I want. Basically, I want some confirmation that he had motivation to steal the will, or that he or maybe if he knows that the will is actually, yeah, I'm gonna start there. Does he know that the will has been stolen?
Okay.
So I'm just going to sort of like probe and get him to like accidentally stumble over his words. And
Okay,
be
you're
like,
trying to get him just to confess, sort of accidentally.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And or mention any motivation or any motive.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. I see how this is gonna work.
And so I start sort of chattering on about, my faith has been shaken, and he was my best friend. He was just such a good man, and my family has been struggling, and I work here, and he promised I would be well taken care of, but we haven't heard anything, and so I'm just so anxious about the will. And
So he's gonna say calm child.
Yeah.
Yes. He's gonna say sometimes perhaps it is better that our faith be shaken if our faith was in something that was not good to begin with. For instance, my good friend Don Pedro may not have been the best place to place your faith to begin with.
But he could never. He was always so good to me. What do you mean?
He's going to say some rumors he's heard about bad stuff Don Pedro has been involved in, and basically it's just going to sort of slip out, and with his will stolen, who even knows what's going to happen to the ranch in the future? You should maybe consider, joining with me.
His will has been stolen? What? I dramatically gasp.
Yes.
And I just start sobbing even more. Because I'm like, what money am I going to send back to my family? He said he had something for me. I just, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was really banking on that.
Somewhere
Okay.
miles away, you guys.
Are you trying to get anything with that particular move?
I am trying to get him to admit that he has it.
Okay.
Because if he returns the will, my family will be safe. So basically I'm trying to get him to feel enough pity and empathy for me that it overcomes his devious intentions and is willing to because I'm basically freaking out about this will being lost, and if we can get the will back, because Miss Inez, she doesn't get the ranch until that's in her best interest as well. I'm a loyal servant.
Interesting.
So my thought is,
Yeah.
I'm trying to maybe this could be played as demand what you deserve.
I was kind of thinking that.
Because I'm trying to get something out.
Yeah, you're trying to get something.
And I deserve it. I was told I have a rightful claim to whatever it is he was going to give me.
So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
There's a couple ways that you could go about this.
Okay.
So you believe that there is something in the will that has been promised to you. So you could just outright confront him and say, I'm pretty sure you have it. You can just outright confront him about this.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like you're trying to take this route of trying to manipulate him, which you can try. It's going to be a little bit harder. Because he's not going to be generally willing to admit that he has it.
Okay.
So...
Okay. So maybe...
Yeah, just laying that out there.
Yeah, okay. This is also, we need to play into the debate thing.
The debate is happening.
This counts? Okay,
Yeah, this is debate.
I was like, if I need to disagree with him, we can spin this.
Oh, no, there's already a disagreement going on.
I think I'm going to try and demand what I deserve.
Okay.
Are
you going to do that overtly or covertly?
Well, he's currently trying to recruit me, and so I think I have to do it covertly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of, I want to call it manipulate, but I want to use the demand what you deserve.
Oh, just tell me what you're trying to do.
Yeah, so what I'm going to try and do is basically be like, oh, well, how, you want me to come and work for you? Why would I do that? Why shouldn't I trust them? Also, how do I know I can trust you? You've done nothing to prove to me that I would be better off in your hands as opposed to my current family's hands.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna covertly, because I'm asking for proof that I can trust him, and I'm hoping he knows how desperate I am for the will.
I'll accept a demand what you deserve for that. So, you are offering something of value.
Because the implication there is like, oh, I'll work for you if
Yeah.
you can prove to me that.
Yeah. You're offering to give him something.
Mm-hmm.
You are the center of attention. I don't think he loves you in this moment.
I don't think so either.
So I'll give you a +2 on that.
Okay. I will say, whenever I try to demand what I deserve, I can add the question, are you physically touching them, to the list. And
Yes.
I am absolutely in his arms.
Yes. So that's a +3 because
I'm
of that.
1,000%
Because
in
of that
his arms.
playbook move, that's a +3.
Okay. Okay. 6, 9.
Okay, 9 with a +3 is a 12.
Oh no, it was 6. Natural 6.
Ah, 6 plus 3. Okay.
Is 9. Yep. And I'll
Okay.
take a 12.
Okay.
Chip said absolutely not.
So now you have to choose what he does.
Okay.
So, concede, refuse and escalates, or run away. So you're trying to get him to. You're trying to get him to reveal something.
I'm trying to get him to reveal that he has, like, admit that he has the will, or even
Okay.
maybe show it to me.
Okay.
Depending on, you know.
He's going to refuse and escalate.
Okay.
So he's going to say, you know, like, no, I don't. Look.
How do I know I can trust you?
He's going to say, well, you know, I'm a priest, and Don Pedro and his entire family are witches. They're consorting with Satan. So
But you told me it was healthy for me to question my faith.
your faith in Don Pedro, yes.
Not
So
God?
basically you have a choice. You can work for me, or I can turn you in to the police.
For what?
For conspiring against Don Pedro.
But what have I done? I am acting. Hold on. Where's my aloof move? Somebody is accusing me or threatening me? Or
Yes.
Okay.
He is.
Okay. I am interfering by remaining super aloof and coy. And like, I am just an innocent bystander who's like trying to take care of her family. It's the move is accuse someone of lying or spot something out of place, but I don't know. Is that striking out or is it?
So he's not actively doing a move against you right now.
Okay.
So I don't think that's going to apply, but it might in the future.
Okay.
Basically, he's responding to your demand by refusing and escalating. So he's marked a
I thought
condition.
it was a hit. Lord, this got me into a really.
Hey, at 10 plus, you want to remove that refuse
Yep.
and escalate option.
So yeah, basically so he's refused,
Doesn't
he's
feel like a
escalated
win.
the situation.
I feel like I'm being punished.
That's sometimes what happens when you demand what you deserve.
It was covert though.
So yeah, basically
Okay,
he's
okay.
put all the cards on the table.
Okay,
You're
yep.
gonna work for me,
Okay.
or
Mhm.
I'm gonna blackmail you.
Mhm. Okay. I'm going to act out of desperation.
Okay? How?
I am going to gamble and say, or he hasn't admitted he's magic though.
He has not.
No.
So I'm actually gonna let you think about this for a
Yeah.
second.
Okay. Cut to-
Inez.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing? Have you been monitoring this situation in any way? Or are you taking care of something else?
Where are they meeting?
They are at Don Pedro's church, or not Don Pedro, Father Perez's church,
I feel like,
which, as you know, is the front for his coven.
yeah. I feel like I might take this opportunity, knowing that he is distracted with a very
Yes.
rambunctious guest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Flashback. Could she have told me that they were magic?
Yeah.
That what's magic?
That you told me that they are a rival coven and that they're magic.
I think that was covered.
I think
So I know
tell
that-
you that
You
he was
do
an
know,
enemy.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm good. Continue.
Yeah.
You said
So
that you're
I
trying
know
to take
that
down
he
your
is
enemies.
indisposed at the moment.
Yeah.
I think I might take a risk and
Yeah.
attempt to see if I can find some things He has an office,
Okay.
an area.
So you're sneaking into the
I wanna
church.
snoop and see if I can find this
Nice.
will while he's distracted.
Okay.
So
Are
I am
you-
just playing pure distraction now.
I didn't tell you were a distraction. I told
Right.
you that
Okay.
You don't know
get
that this is
information.
going on.
I have just decided.
But I also need to be the center
Okay.
of attention, so.
So, how are you doing this? Are you going in alone, or are you bringing something like? Are you bringing your goons, or what's going on? Bringing your kids?
Ooh, my kids haven't had much to do.
You do have one daughter and one brother-in-law that are also magic, at least.
Yeah, let's bring Tio Mateo along.
Okay, so just
Let's
Tio
do
Mateo?
it. I
Got
don't
it.
know if I trust my children with this work at
That's
the
fair.
moment.
You're trying to protect them.
Yeah, I don't want them involved. I want them to have plausible deniability.
Alright. So yeah, Tio Mateo's down.
Yeah, so.
Like he's upset that someone tried to steal his brother's will.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you and Tio Mateo are sort of, you watch Maria go in the front of the church, and you sort of slip in the back.
Okay, okay.
So how you playing this? It's mostly deserted, because this is the middle of the day after a funeral somewhere else, so people
Right.
are elsewhere.
Right.
So let's put it this way: Father Perez is in his office right now with Maria. Where do you want to go?
He's in his office. I'm
Yes.
gonna go. I just want to peek around the church. I want
Okay.
to see if there's any,
Spot something
hiding
out of place?
holes. I
Yeah.
might want to spot something out of place.
I will give you a spot something out of place. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you been intimate with them recently?
Not been intimate with Father Perez.
You have not. All right.
Right, Coven, I could never. I'm also not keeping my hands clean. I'm not doing great. But I do have +1 because I'm cautious right now to spot something.
Okay.
And you're free of other distractions.
Free other distractions. I'm very focused.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you a +2 on that.
Because Tio Mateo's here to watch
That's
my
true.
back.
He's helping out. I'll give you a +1 for that. You're not keeping your hands clean because you are here in person.
Yes. I'm very much not.
I will
My
give you
hands
a
are in it.
+2. for
Yours
that.
is a pie. We have picked up the pie.
I am in the pie.
I'm very much in the pie. Okay. Alright. That's a 2. That's 6.
Uh-oh.
Only a 6. All right.
It's a 6.
So yeah, you do not spot anything out of place. You don't get to ask me any questions, at least.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can tell me exactly what you want to do, or
I might want to bring in some magic. Can I get Tio Mateo to do some magic with me?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So what are you trying to do? You're trying to locate the will?
I either want to try to locate the will, or
His move is like helping out, like lending a hand.
Yeah, you haven't taken control over Mateo yet,
Yeah.
but he's more than willing to help you perform some magic.
Yeah. I want to either locate this will, or I don't know what else I have to do with my magic other than a truth spell, a covert truth spell.
You could try to cast a covert truth
So that you
spell
can get
on,
more
on
out of it.
Perez.
I vibe with that.
That might be fun.
And that's different than spotting something out of place as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to just locate it. It might not even be in this building.
You never know.
I don't know. Okay, I want to see if we can cast a little truth.
Okay,
Dust.
so I would imagine you sort of sneaking up to the door and you're sort of listening in on them.
Yeah.
Like from
Okay.
around the corner.
If that's what your magic looks like, that's what it looks like.
I just sort of covertly just flick my magic at things. Just...
Alright, so let's look at that move, that special move,
So,
and ask our questions.
Which one?
are you
Oh.
using your
It's
power as a
magic.
last resort? Are you being careful to avoid the suspicions of mortals?
I'd say no to the first one, yes to the second one.
Yeah.
And I'd say you are keeping your hands clean at this point, so I
He
will give
doesn't
you
know that I'm in there.
I will give you a +2.
Okay.
I'll give you actually a +3 because Mateo is here helping you.
Also, the power is a last resort. It's because you failed to spot anything.
Yeah, but it's not a last
I don't
resort.
have to be
Okay.
in this
Yeah.
church right now.
Fair.
Okay, a +3. Please. 7.
10. Awesome. So what do we got on that?
On a hit, you do the thing. On a 7 and 9, you choose.
Alright,
the
so yeah, you
consequence.
don't have to choose any consequences.
Nice.
So yeah, you do the thing, and Father
Okay.
Perez just sort of, you notice him just sort of like shudder for a little bit, and he keeps going.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go back to your scene.
Yeah,
So you don't know what's going on,
I have no clue what's going on.
but
I just saw him like have a small seizure in front of me.
yeah, so you've noticed something. You don't know what that is because
Yeah.
you know magic exists, but you don't know what it
That's
looks
it.
like.
No, that's all I know.
So basically, he's just offered you this choice: work for him to spy against the family, or he's gonna blackmail you and sort of turn you into the cops.
Okay. So, I now know that I know he's magic.
Yeah, you know that he's a rival witch.
Yeah. I am not going to. I respond with. I drop my intentional aloofness
Okay.
and coyness. Or maybe coyness can stay.
Right.
I drop my aloofness.
Sure.
And I'm like trying to be as threatening as I can.
So he upped the ante, you're gonna up it right
And,
back.
oh, hell yeah, I am.
Perfect.
And I
Tell me what that looks like.
And I'm gonna say, we have a reporter in our house right now who knows about you and your coven. You better let me leave. You better return the will, or your face and everyone in your congregation is going to be on the front page of the news tomorrow.
Nice.
But he has a, it was truth spell. Oh, I don't know. It's
You
truth
don't know.
spell
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Okay.
So normally, he would say something, but because he is under the effect of this spell, what's gonna happen? He's gonna say,
Is this me demanding? Is this a
yeah,
move?
you're not gonna have to make a move for this.
Okay. Cool.
I'm just gonna say the spell is gonna take over at this point.
Sweet.
He's gonna say, what's he gonna say? Why would you think I have the will? I didn't take the will.
I'm gonna keep you somewhat of lying.
But he's gonna say, I didn't take the will, Ava has it. And that's where the scene is gonna end.
Okay. I can't accuse him of lying. I have evidence.
Alright, so we're gonna end our little short playthrough there.
Okay.
This was,
Oh, what a cliffhanger.
yes. That's the secret to a soap opera. Every episode ends on a cliffhanger.
That was intense.
That's amazing.
That was way more intense than it had any right to be, to
Yeah.
be honest.
So,
Very into it.
hopefully y'all got some idea of how you can use Radiance to sort of structure events in a game without having to prep out a scenario. I use this very loosely in this game, but you can also use it more structured or less structured. But hopefully this gave you some idea of how you could use it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.